Good Monday morning, everyone. It's the last Monday in September. I haven't, I think it's still August. Okay, what happened to September? Anyway, what we've got here and how I'm dressed this morning. Because I want to talk about the hermit. Now, Constance and I have been preparing for tonight's Monday Night Magic class, uh, which we're going through the Thoth Tarot. And we've been talking a lot about the Hermit card here and what Crowley has to say in the Book of Thoth about the Hermit. And what we know, this image right here was the one from our Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. And it's an old rendering, a picture of Aleister Crowley in his younger days. And it's sort of a minimalistic image there, and his lamp there. That's his lamp. See, there's a lamp there. See, there's a lamp there. And on this other side, is sort of the qliphothic. It looks like the lamp got flipped over and somebody stepped on it. But this is kind of the image that most of us are used to seeing. The beautiful sort of version of this that the builders of the Adytum image have make his cowl there sort of a very, very unstylized, overtly symbolic of the Hebrew letter Yud. The cap of his cowl looks like a yud. And there's all sorts of things that the Hermit card is, and that the Hermit is, and even more things that the yud is. The yud is actually it's the fundamental Hebrew letter. It's that tiny flame, and all the other Hebrew letters are combinations and stretching and compacting and screwing around, distorting that yud. It's like yud's a flame, and when you blow in it, it creates all the other Hebrew letters. Okay. So it's not only does the path of Yud have its place on the tree of life, going into Tifereth in the middle, but it's also the first letter of Yod He Vav He. It's the father that marries the mother He, who has the children Vav and He. And the He child weds the Vav child, making the Vav child the Yod, making her the mother. Okay, that whole thing, you hear me talk about that a million times. But there is another aspect to the Hermit, besides just being Virgo and all of the things that represents, and besides just being Yud and what that represents, and Yud meaning hand, which is the creative force of the cosmos. It's quite a card. He is Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury's exalted in Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. And it's Earth, and it's mutable Earth. And mutable Earth is that magic moment where It's the climax of the descent into matter, into earth. The hermit's the magician that has to start the whole thing over again. Earth, Mercury. Well, anyway, in the OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, and in the sort of the experimental on paper magical orders that Crowley was toying with to incorporate the ideals of Thelema and Thelemic magic, he more or less came up with a structure of an order that was just 3 degrees, and he takes it from a line in the Book of the Law. There are therein 3 grades: the hermit, the lover, and the man of earth. Now, in the OTO and in the order of Thelema, which was another idea that Crowley had, there are 3 main grades. All of the degrees of the OTO belong into one of those 3 categories. Hermit, lover. The hermit is the highest. Man of earth is the first. Okay. Lovers is the second. You get out of the man of earth by being a lover, and you get out of the lover by becoming a hermit. And it's that I want to talk about or read to you about today. Now, in this particular case, I am referring specifically to the OTO type experience. But in this Aeon of Horus, I'm talking about everyone's initiatory experience, everyone's initiatory journey. It's a universal thing, whether you like it or not, whether you've heard of Crowley or not, whether you've heard of magic or not. The formula has changed with the new Aeon. And in a sense, this is everybody's reality until the next age. Learn then that our holy order has but 3 true grades, as it is written in the Book of the Law: the hermit, the lover, and the man of earth. I'm a hermit. Constance is a hermit. Some of our best friends are hermits. Hermits are funny. Funny, haha, sometimes, as in, he's so funny. But most disturbingly funny. Mostly disturbingly funny. Like, uh-oh, there's something funny going on. Or, do you smell something funny? But the initiatory adventure is not a climb up a ladder. I'm afraid to say that those who see it as such will eventually become sadly discouraged. Initiation is not a journey upward, it's a journey inward. And for you lucky few who, for one reason or another, will come to realize that all the trials and the ordeals that come along with your membership in orders are not flaws in the system. All that crazy politics and heartbreaks and the romance and the pains in the ass and the ecstasy and the confusion and all the stupidity and bullshit that your group initiatory experience will most assuredly heap on your life all that magical crap is just a metaphor, an allegorical movie of all the inner trials and tribulations affecting your own unique and private spiritual metamorphosis. For those of you who manage to link and sequence your outward and mundane initiatory career with your inward spiritual initiatory ordeals, for those of you who will eventually realize that the slings and arrows of your personal outrageous fortunes are really the weapons of the initiating officers of your own evolving soul. For you lucky few who will somehow survive the magical boot camp of your equivalent of the man of earth, those of you who will reach for and finally seize the lover's holy grail, who will know the secret of love and then be consumed utterly by that love, you lucky few will awaken to the fact that the true great order has always been and will be forevermore an order of one. And that one is you. And this awakening will spark a flame that'll burn like a million suns. That fire, that radiance, is the light of the hermit's lamp. And it will be all that you are. The light of your lamp will be the only magical weapon you will have or you will need. That light will be all you'll be able to give and pass on to your brothers and sisters, your only gift to the world, who have still to awaken to their aloneness. Your only true contribution to the life you are part of. The only thing you'll be able to give to those who have yet to be initiated into the order of one. And will any of your brothers and sisters see and appreciate that light? Will any of them use that light to find their way to their own hermit's mountaintop? Some will, some won't. Either way, the hermit says, I don't care. When I joined the OTO back in 1975, I was one of only 2 members of the Man of Earth triad. There were no members of the Lovers triad alive anymore, and only 3 active members of the Hermit triad: Grady McMurtry, Phyllis Seckler, and Helen Parsons Smith, at least that I was aware of. Gee, I wonder if it's just a coincidence that the main degree of the Hermit triad, the supreme initiatory degree of the OTO, is the 9th degree, and that the Hermit tarot card is number 9. Anyway, from all outward appearances, these old 9th degree hermits from back in Crowley's day seem to me to have only 2 things in common. They all loved Thelema, and they all hated each other. Or at least it seemed that way, but what did I know of a hermit's love or hate? Now, some of you may think that I'm making you a bit uncomfortable with me being so frank and seemingly disrespectful to the memories of these legendary and venerable members of our order. But you know what? I don't care. I'm a hermit. As a young man of Earth, I had many opinions and biases. I was guided by what I thought were moral absolutes. I had a thelemic litmus test for others in my life to pass or fail. But now, I don't care. I'm a hermit. As a lover, I wallowed in my manic heartbreaks and exaltations like a lovesick adolescent who dreams the fantasy of dying heroically for love, but who doesn't have a clue what love is. But now, you know what? I don't care. I'm a hermit. But now I really am in love. And it's really the subject of this hermit's talk. I'm in love with an angel. I mean, really, I'm in love with an angel. You might be asking yourself, is he talking about the holy guardian angel? Well, I am. Yes, without evasion, equivocation, or mental reservation of any kind. And in case you're curious, I find that knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel to be exactly as advertised. Everything I read, everything I heard, it's true. But for me, the experience has been nothing like I expected. And that's my order of Monday morning talk about the hermit. Until tomorrow, from probably some sweltering parking lot, Constance and I will join you for Tuesday in a parking lot, or Parking Lot Tuesday. Until then, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.